Hi guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. As promised, I'm here to bring you my most anticipated horror movies of 2019 list. I am so excited. There's so many gems on this list and I'm just excited to see what 2019 brings. The best thing about these lists is it's always fun to kind of conspire and see what we think we'll like and then see what we actually liked. But also remember, there's so many horror movies that also come out that aren't even announced ahead of time that we don't even know about. And I'm just so excited to see what those movies are. But here's some we do know about. Starting with Piercing, directed by Nicholas Pish of The Eyes of My Mother and The Grudge 2019, which let's not even get into that now. Piercing is a horror thriller starring Christopher Abbott and Mia Wasikowska. The film is a stylized trip about a man who kisses his family goodbye on the way to kill a prostitute. It promises to be disturbing and surprising, which sounds like my cup of tea, and I'll be reviewing this one next week. Next, let's talk about Greta, and this film is actually marked as 2018 because it was shown at the Toronto International Film Festival last year in September. But don't let it fly under your radar. Originally, the film went under the working title The Widow because it features kind Isabelle Hubbard as Greta, a lonely widow who one day leaves her bag on public transport. Her belongings are soon returned to her by a young woman named Frances, played by Chloe Grace Moretz, who ultimately befriends Greta. But things soon get eerie when cracks show in Greta's story and reveal her true intent. This film is listed as a thriller drama, but the trailer will straight up give you goosebumps. Of course, I have to talk about Pet Sematary, my favorite Stephen King adaptation into a movie of all time. And this one I'm both excited and a little bit nervous about. Co-directed by Dennis Midmeyer and Kevin Kolsch of Starry Eyes and Absence, this 2019 remake has big shoes to fill. But the cast is smart and thoughtful, with John Lithgow as Judd, Jason Clarke as Lewis Creed, Amy Seimetz as Rachel Creed, and my favorite character, Pascal, will be played by Obsar Ahmed. People are still very split on this one, mainly because of the masks they use in the trailer, the creepy animal masks. Some people think they're stereotypical and some people love them, but I think the real tell for this is gonna be Zelda, because Zelda really is where the scares for this film lie. And Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is finally making its way into cinemas this year, and it is estimated to be out in August. Directed by Andre Uvedel of The Autopsy of Jane Doe and Trollhunter, this movie is based on an 80s classic book series by Alban Schwartz. The script is also co-written by Del Toro, and it's said to be about a bunch of teenagers who attempt to solve a bunch of horrific murders in their town. And of course, don't worry, I can't talk about 2019 horror movies without talking about Jordan Peele's Us. The trailer dropped just a couple of weeks ago and had the whole internet in a frenzy. And if you haven't seen it, it does contain a lot of action that could be deemed spoilers, but we don't really have any way of knowing if it gives away anything just yet. But the trailer is beautiful. Its sound edit and the timing will make your skin crawl. It's truly art and I recommend giving it a full watch. In it we see the Wilsons, played by Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke, intending a beach getaway with their children when doppelganger intruders first invade their home and then their lives. The question is, will it live up to Get Out? We only have to wait till March to find out. Three from Hell is also a massively hyped film, but one we know little to nothing about. This is Rob Zombie's 5th original horror film and is a sequel to the cult classics House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. The cast includes the usual suspects Billy Moseley, Danny Trejo, Sherry Moon Zombie, and Sid Haig. But there's also some other surprising actors listed, including Dot Marie Jones and Dee Wallace. It Chapter 2 comes out this year, thank God. We have all been waiting patiently since the first chapter was released in late 2017. This readaptation takes place 27 years after Chapter 1, when the all grown up Losers Club are forced to come back together after a devastating phone call. People have been dreaming up the adult cast for this film since the first finished, and it does not disappoint, with James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, and Bill Hader to name a few. As you guys may know, I was obsessed with Chapter 1 and I can't wait to see it all come together. But a movie we don't have to wait that much longer for is Happy Death Day to You, which is a sequel that comes out this Valentine's Day. The plot takes place 2 years after the first film, where Tree re-enters Groundhog Day to discover how she was able to enter the time hop in the first place. Let's just hope the reasoning works and it's just as fun as the first. And let's just talk really quickly about The Turning, which is a modern adaptation of The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. This one stars Finn Wolfhard and Mackenzie Davis, which is about a nanny who is hired to take care of two children when their parents die. But not everything is as it seems when she starts to suspect the house that they're in is haunted. And that is just some of the many horror movies we're looking forward to this year. Honorable mentions go to Child's Play, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and Lighthouse, starring William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and of course, let me know what you're looking forward to down below. And my review for The Piercing will be out by the end of the week. I'll see you then.